Hello everyone, hope you're doing great. So in order to integrate Wise with Godot, you need Godot, Wise, and the integration made by Alessandro Fama. So it's located into the release section, and you will need to download this version, okay? Not the double precision. This is for a very particular case that you can find it into the Wise Godot Discord. But if you download this, it's fine. The thing that you will need to follow is the versioning. Okay, so in my case, I'm using Wise 25.1.3 and Godot 4.5. Okay, if you download another version, make sure to use these versions or the versions that are included into or what the integration says. So I'll go in Godot. I'm assuming that you already installed everything. So I'm gonna create a new project. This will be called Wise 2025. I'm gonna put it into my Godot folder. I'm gonna create this. You can select everything, whatever you like. Once it's been created, I'm gonna go into the integration. I'm gonna extract it here. Okay, it's done. Then I'm gonna copy, go into the game folder and paste it. And you can see that it's updated. And if everything works fine, you will see into the project settings, globals, you will see the Wise Runtime Manager. That means that the integration works, okay? And you will see that in the output that the root output path, it's empty. So we are gonna do that right now, okay? This is in order to Godot to find the soundbanks generated by Wise. So we are going to go into the bottom Wise common user settings, and let's define the soundbank. It's going to be located into Wise. Let's create a folder called Soundbanks. Okay, and select the folder. Okay, let's gonna close it. It's not found, and it's fine because we didn't generate the soundbank. So we are gonna go into Wise. I have my music system for my thesis to use as example. If you wanna use it, I'm gonna put the link in the comments below. You can use your project, but you can see that I'm using 25.1.3, and my soundbank, it's called general. Okay, so I'm gonna go into project settings, soundbanks. You need to have these settings like this. Why? Because it's what it says into the Wikipedia from the repository. It says like this. Make sure that your settings match the settings in the screenshot. Okay, the only thing that can't match is the enable auto-define soundbanks. If you don't know what auto-define soundbanks is, I recommend you to check the documentation in Audiokinetic. Okay, other than that, the rest should be the same. So I'm gonna leave it empty because I like to load my banks, and I'm gonna go and select the root output path. So I'm gonna go into Godot, the name of the project, Wise, and soundbanks, and it will create the Windows and Android version. Okay, no, sorry, it's gonna be like that. Wise, no, Windows. Okay, then I'm gonna go into you can go into views, editors, no, layout, sorry, layouts, into the soundbank here, or F7. Okay, I'm selecting the soundbank, Windows, English, generate selected. It shows where the soundbanks were created, and it says 0 warnings, 0 errors, so everything's working fine. And if we go into Godot, let's gonna leave it like that. We can have the Wise browser, and if everything works, we can see the events that are here, and for example the soundbank, general soundbanks. Okay, Wise it's integrated into Godot. So how do we make sound? Well, first let's create a main scene. So I'm gonna create a folder called scenes. Why? Because we need to be organized. It's very important to be organized. Okay, so here I'm gonna create a new scene called main scene. Okay, and if I run the project, it will ask to select a current scene. So let's select the current one to see if everything works. We can see that in the log it says that the Wwise Godot was successfully initialized. Okay, we're fine. So now I'm gonna create an audio manager. Why? Because life is easier with an audio manager, trust me. And in order to create an audio manager, you need to go into project settings, global, and we need to create a global node or a global script, okay? And it's gonna be called audio manager. Where it's gonna be located? Into the let's put it inside the Wwise folder, okay? And here it's gonna be called audio manager, okay? And here it's gonna be put, okay? Create it. It says it shows an error, but no problem. So here it is fine. And if we go into the audio manager and we select this we can delete it. So if I'm gonna open it again to see if everything works. Okay, it's going fine. So now I need to start typing things. So the first thing is to register the game object. Okay, so I'm gonna type wwise dot. Okay, for all the functions in the script you type wwise and it will show all the things that you can do. Okay, so here's wwise register game object. Okay, so the game object, what game object do we want to register? The audio manager. So I'm gonna put self. Okay, and what's the name of the audio manager? It's itself, so it's self dot name. Okay, next we want to load the bank. Okay, I'm gonna type wwise dot load bank, and the name of the bank, in my case it's called Soundbanks, it's called general, so I'm gonna type general. Okay, then wwise dot, we need to register an audio listener. So as it says, add an audio listener. Where's the audio listener? To self. Okay, depending on your game this will change. Okay, so it's always good to have an audio programmer, or if not an audio programmer, a programmer that works with you that can answer these your questions or your concerns. And then we need to, well, post an event. I'm gonna wwise.post event, and I'm gonna type the name of the event, which starts the music. In my case, it's in general actions, it's start music, all in capital letters. So I'm gonna do start underscore music. And what's the game object that it's gonna be referenced? It's gonna be referenced to solve. Okay, so now if everything works, we are having sound. We are having sound. Yes, that's nice. And if we connect Wwise with Godot, so we can see, you can see that the audio manager created this event. Oh, sorry, on the other side, an event was created related to the object, which is the audio manager, which it's showing all this music, and it's going through the bus with the auxiliary reverb, going to the master audibles, it's going to the systems. Okay, and this is interesting because you can see now more clearly. If we turn it down and we, for example, take out the default listener. No, it's not like that. It's with this. And we do it again. We open and we connect Wwise again. We're gonna see that indeed there was a event made by the AudioManager which triggers some music, but the music it's not going anywhere because there's no listener. There are no ears to listen to. So it's important to set the listener. And this is also important to connect Wwise with Godot, because this will be very helpful to debug things. And trust me, there are lots of things to debug. But yeah, let's do it again. We can stop. We can rerun. Run project again. Okay. And now check it again. But yeah, and this is working. Yes, with this you can already start doing things. Like that. I'm gonna pause it. So there you go. Long story short, with these 5 lines you can start to make music or add effects or soundings into your Godot project with Wwise. I hope that you learned something today. If you have any questions, suggestions, leave it in the comments below. If you like this tutorial or these kinds of tutorials or the things that I do, you can subscribe for more. And if we want to see something related to Wwise and Godot, I have some other tutorials for Wwise and Godot of using states, defining actions, using the names, how to rename some the events by IDs. You can check that also. And but yeah, as far as you know, you are free to start digging on your own. If you reach it out to the end, thank you a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.